Hello there, very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us here on M7, My Mind Matters. Hope you're doing well. I'm hoping that maybe you've been here before. This might be your second, third, fourth, even fifth time that you visited, and you're starting to get into the groove of what this is all about, understanding how important your mind is and that your mind really does create your reality. And that's what this is about, because when we can think clearly, then we can start to create the world around us that we would like. We can start to enjoy and manifest. Manifest is always a word that I tend to steer clear of just because it's been used so much in such an ethereal way. It's been included in lots of books, it's been included in lots of movies, and people tend to think that they can just sit down and think what they want, will what they want into place. And that isn't really the whole story. It is very important in these skills, but it's not the whole story. It's about what you're thinking, the way you're thinking. It's about your self-belief. It's about your limiting beliefs. It's about all the self-talk that's going on inside. And most importantly, it's about the behavior that you've got. Now, if you can keep your attention, and that's what tonight is all about, attention. Keep your attention on what you want rather than what you don't want, then that can really, really help you. And your behavior becomes important because that means you're going to behave in ways that are going to help you to achieve what you want, manifest what you want, if you do like to use that term. And that means you'll be taking action, and massive action is the best way to go in the direction of your dream life. For those of you that are new to M7, M7 stands for Mondays at 7, makes it easy to remember. If you can make this a weekly affair, that would be amazing. It's not really enough, but it's better than once a month, but it's not really enough. These skills are something you need to practice day in and day out, and you need to get your focus, your attention, your imagination, your self-talk under control as quickly as possible. And the best way to do that, the quickest way to do that, is to work on it every day. Now, of course, you could listen back to the podcast day in and day out. You could listen to lots of information day in and day out. But ultimately, what you want to do is a workshop. And that's what M7 is all about. So I don't just talk, I give you the opportunity to experience what I'm talking about. And that will give you the opportunity to experience breath work. Breath work is very important because it's something that you can do to calm yourself down. Even when I say calm yourself down, I think sometimes people think I might mean angry, getting crazy, but it doesn't have to be that. Calm yourself down could be as simple as your thoughts are running away with you, and now you're just seeing all the worst scenarios. If you can calm down, if you can slow your mind down, then you've got the opportunity to change direction. One of my mentors often talks about runaway trains. So if the train is running away 80 miles an hour in one direction, it's not going to be easy to stop it and go 80 miles an hour in the opposite direction. And that's why it can often seem so difficult to go from negative thinking to positive thinking. It's not something you can do in a heartbeat. It takes practice. And the more you practice on going in the direction that you want to go, the more powerful this becomes. And that's really what we want to work on. So first of all, if you are in a negative place, if you are in a difficult place, if you are struggling, I don't want to go as far as depressed, but if you're certainly feeling anxious about things, then this can help you to slow that down. And then from the slowed down place, you can start to speed up in the opposite direction. But to go from being very upset, very angry, to suddenly being happy and having that positive attitude is very, very difficult. I hope that makes sense. So we need to slow this down and speed this up. Another way to put that, it's a great course that is available to you, is slowing down the negative talk, the negative limiting beliefs, the negative self-talk, telling yourself, I can't do this, I couldn't do that, I can't do this, I'll never be any good at this. Those sorts of things. You want to slow those down and then start to speed up or increase the power of the positive self-talk. I could do this. I can do this. If I break this down, just do a little bit every day, I can move towards it. That's really what all of this is about. And of course, all of this takes place in here, in the mind. And it is a very, very, very powerful tool, something that most of us overlook, most of us don't pay a lot of attention to. And I believe that a big part of that is because we take it for granted. It's one of those things that we get for free. It's ours, whether we like it or not. We've got our mind. We've got the skill to think. We've got the ability to become conscious, but many of us don't do that. Think about it. Lots of things that you get in life that are free, you don't pay attention to. It's only when they're taken away and they have to start paying for them that you start to appreciate them. So just think about your own ability to think, your own ability to become conscious, your own ability to use your mind in a much more powerful way. It's free of charge, but don't take those skills for granted. It's really, really important. Okay, attention. We're going to get into attention as we go through this. For those of you that are new to M7, My Mind Matters, 3 tools that we use, and we try to use them in different ways, week after week after week after week, so that if you experience different things on the outside world, then it won't seem so unusual to you. Because lots of people talk about breath work, lots of people talk about manifestation. Not manifestation, mindfulness. And lots of people talk about meditation. And there are many different ways to do these skills, lots of different ways. It's about finding the one that works best for you. So I try to dabble in lots of different ways so that you can find something that works for you. And if you find one that works, maybe mindfulness is the most powerful for you. Run with it. And it's not only the way I teach through it. That mindfulness is a little bit like art. There are many ways to paint a picture. Many people could sit down and look at exactly the same scene. Some will use watercolors, some will use pencils, some might use charcoals. And so they are painting the same scene, but in many different ways. And that's the same for breathwork, mindfulness, and meditation. Ultimately, I'm trying to help you find the one that works best. I'm trying to help you have the ability to calm down, cool down, slow down, and move in the direction of your dream life. I hope that makes what tonight is all about very, very clear. So we're going to start with breath work. In fact, let's get straight into it. Come on, I've talked a lot already. Let's close our eyes. Hopefully you're sitting in a chair. That's the best way to go. If you are in a chair, lift your back up nice and straight at the moment. Almost feel your spine opening up as you lift that spine up. And then take the opportunity to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Hold on to it for a moment. And let it out through the mouth. Now you can make a noise when you're doing that. So as you breathe in, feel very comfortable hearing the nose coming in, the air coming in through your nose. Feel it, pay attention to it. And tonight is all about attention. So do pay attention to the air as it comes in through your nostrils. Can you feel it going over the hairs in your nose? Is it cool? Is it warm? Does it make a noise, or do you have to try and make a noise? And then as you hold on to it, feel where it is. Do you hold the air in your chest, or is it down in your belly? And then as you let it out through the mouth, pay attention to the sound. Pay attention to how you feel. Just going to give you a moment to pay attention to those things, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Do that at your own pace. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, now I'm going to count you so that you can pay attention to the air coming in and out. Do exactly the same thing. Just follow my count. So I'll start on 3. So breathing in through the nose for 1, 2, 3. Hold on to it for 1, 2, 3. And let it out for 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go to 4. So breathing in through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on to it for 1, 2, 3, 4. And let it out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's go for 5. Breathing in through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on to it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let it out for 1, 2, 3, Continue breathing at your own pace right now. And allow your mind to wander. Try to focus on your breathing. Try to pay attention to the air coming in through your nose and out through your mouth. But if your mind wanders, just pay attention to where it's going. Catch yourself thinking just for a moment. Now, attention is a fundamental, I'm going to say cognitive process, because that's what we talk about in neuroscience. But ultimately, it's a fundamental thought process that plays a crucial part in our daily lives and overall well-being. And the importance of this lies in its ability to selectively focus our awareness on specific stimuli, on specific information or tasks, especially when you've got an overwhelming amount of sensory input going on. So just think about it for a moment. Even though you're sat there with your eyes closed, whilst you're driving a car perhaps, think about the amount of information coming in. The car in front, the speed you're going, the car behind, changing gears, looking ahead, traffic lights coming up, there's a bend coming up, all sorts of information being fed into your mind. This is the stimuli that we're under. Thousands and thousands of pieces of information coming into our mind at any one time. Now, if you don't drive, maybe you catch a bus or you catch a train. Just imagine being on that bus or train. Before you put your earpods in and focus on your music, which often people do, imagine sat on the train now, the tube, the bus, whatever it may be, and you're looking at the crowd, you're paying attention to people, you're taking information in about what they're wearing. Do they look safe? Do they look dangerous? Do they look aggressive? Do they look sad? Do you feel safe on the train? So much information coming in all the time. So by directing our attention, we can process and comprehend information more effectively. And that helps us make better decisions, achieve higher levels of productivity and performance. And that's the importance of attention. That's what we're going to focus on tonight. Now, two sides to this coin. One is, can you focus your attention? And if you can't, if you find that your attention wanders, then pay attention to what's happened to your attention. Just see where it's gone. There's no right or wrong here. This is all about recognizing your behavior. So if you start to think about dinner, if you start to think about what you had at lunch, if you start to think about something that happened at work, if you start to think about a relationship, maybe you've got a date coming up, or maybe you fell out with somebody, that's okay. Let your mind wander, but pay attention to it, because there's lots of learning to be had in here. And we'll go through that in the next segment. So let's take another nice deep breath in through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on to it for 1, 2, 3, 4, and let it out with a noise for 1, 2, 3, 4. When I say let it out with a noise, I'm just talking about that can make you feel really good, really relaxed. Okay, let's do the same thing again now for 5. In through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on to it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let it out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to turn our attention to fire breath, or dragon breath as it's often called, and this is going to put you into a heightened state of attention. We're going to be breathing in and out through our nose, like that, huffing and puffing in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. We'll probably go for about 15. I don't count these, just until it starts to feel like I can't take it anymore. And then we'll stop and take a breath. Are you ready? In and out through the nose. Let's go. And if you feel too dizzy, and you may start to feel dizzy, then just stop when you're ready. This can really start to pump up your energy. This can really help you focus your attention. Are you ready? Let's do another one. Dragon breath, or fire breath as it's often called. Here we go. If you start to feel dizzy, then certainly stop. If that's comfortable, we're going to go for another round. Ready? Let's go. Now just let your mind wander for a moment now that you've pumped it full of oxygen. Think about the way you feel. Are you relaxed? Do you feel good? Do you feel dizzy? What is it? What do you feel? And if your mind is wandering, just pay attention to where it goes. What's it thinking about? What's it onto? Now, it's important to catch yourself thinking, because this is a clue to what your self-talk is all about. Is it more positive or more negative? Are you already bitching and whining about what we're doing tonight? Are you wondering if it's worthwhile? Or are you feeling good? Are you saying, this is great, I love it? Ultimately, the reason that we do this, and you should do this several times throughout the day, is so that you can connect with your inner being, connect with your inner self. And just remind yourself there's more to life than getting caught up in work. I'm not knocking work, work's great. But it's really important to get back to what you love, what you enjoy, and why you're doing these things. Your happiness, your fulfillment lies within the things that you love to do. If you're just working for somebody else and not getting any benefit from it, and of course the benefit could be the money, because the money gives you the freedom you're after. The money gives you the opportunity to spend it on the kids or the family or buy the house you're after. So there's lots of benefits, but just see where your thought patterns are taking you. And if it's negative, then that's what you need to work on. If it's positive, then that's great, and we can build on that. Okay, so that's our first segment, and that's what we call breath work. That really is the first part of mindfulness. So when you're ready, when you're comfortable, open your eyes. If you need to, have a little stretch. Sometimes sitting in the chair for a while can make you feel a little uncomfortable. Maybe you've been sat in a chair all day long at work, and so you'd like to have a stretch. Feel free to do that right here, right now. So breath work is a great way to get into mindfulness. You might just want to do the dragon breaths before you go into mindfulness. You might be in an environment where there are other people who say you don't want to be going because they're going to know what the hell is he up to or she up to. So take the opportunity, just take nice deep breaths quietly, privately, and get yourself into a better place. So if you're going into a staff meeting, if you've got an important meeting, if you've got to spend time with other people, then that could be a great time to take the opportunity just to calm down by breathing. And if you start to play with this, you'll find the power of it. That's why I like to call this a workshop, so you can experience it tonight. You get to feel how relaxed you can be about everything. We often build up stories in our mind that are untrue. They are possibilities, but by building those up and making them worse, then we're just making ourselves feel worse. We'll create more anxiety, more pressure, more pain, it just builds up on us. So take the opportunity to calm it all down and ask yourself, what is the truth? What is really going on right here, right now? And maybe you can see a positive side to it. Generally, from my experience, there's always a positive side as well. And you just decide all day long, Do we want to head in the direction of fear, or do we want to move in the direction of courage? And generally, courage is following the things that we want. Fear is afraid that if we do it, maybe this will happen, maybe that will happen. You can move in the direction of courage at all times. Okay, we're going to move into mindfulness right now. Mindfulness, the ultimate deal with mindfulness is it's an opportunity to slow our minds down. It's an opportunity to calm down that self-talk. So if we're winding ourselves up, getting distraught, getting worried, getting nervous, heart's racing, breathing's going up, then the mindfulness can give us an opportunity to calm down. Now, the clever thing about mindfulness is you can do it with your eyes open or closed. It's about paying attention. And of course, that's what tonight is all about. And I'm talking about exquisite attention. And we do that through our five senses. Now, when I talked earlier about bringing in all this information, how do we bring the information into our mind? How do we overwhelm ourselves? Through the five senses. We can see what's going on. We can hear what's going on. We can feel what's going on. So all of this sensory perception is what fills our mind with information. What we're going to do right now is close our eyes. That immediately stops much of the information coming in. That's why I got this fella behind me. Okay, this is not because I'm a Buddhist or trying to convert anyone to Buddhism, nothing of that nature. But I love the fact that Buddha's always got his eyes closed. Really is a symbol of peace in my mind. That's why I love to have him there. And I'm actually going to change that. I've got an idea. I'm going to change that. I've got an idea. I'm not going to share it with you, but you'll see that change, maybe even by next week. So the idea of mindfulness is to close our eyes. We can do it with our eyes open, but by closing our eyes, we stop all of that sensory perception. We can still hear, but sight is by far the most powerful sense that we have. So let's do that right now. Close your eyes, please. Get comfortable in your chair. Let's start by using our sense of sound. I'll turn my music off and just take a moment right here, right now, to listen to the sound the most furthest away, probably outside the room that you're in. See if you can hear the birds outside, or traffic outside, or people outside. I can definitely hear birds, some sort of pigeon cooing away. Yours might be traffic passing the house. Yours might be planes flying overhead. All sorts of things that it can be. Take the opportunity to pay attention to it right here, right now. Now notice that once your attention is on something else, it stops the voices. It stops the inner self-talk muttering away. Now bear in mind, if you close your eyes and calm down the mind, your attention becomes essential for learning, memory formation, and most importantly, problem solving. It enables us to encode and retrieve relevant information when needed. So by closing your eyes and paying attention on something else, new thoughts might come into your mind. Now, attention plays a significant role in interpersonal relationships. It can foster active listening. Obviously, you won't want to close your eyes when you're talking with someone else, but you could look them in the eyes, look deep into their eyes, and listen actively. Now, when I say active listening, this is a very serious skill. This is not just about listening, oh yeah, oh yeah. This is about really listening and noticing what that person is saying. And by taking this skill to a deep level, it can really improve your relationships. And then finally, attention can cultivate and help you to skillfully empower and navigate the complexities of life. Again, it can enhance your thought abilities, your cognitive abilities, we like to call it, and lead a more fulfilling and purposeful existence. Okay, let's bring our attention now inside the house. So rather than being as far away as possible, what's the closest sound you can hear? I can hear my laptop. Maybe you can hear somebody else in the house, TV playing, Maybe you can hear, I don't know, chopping of vegetables in preparation for dinner. What's the nearest sound that you can hear? Maybe it's really close. Maybe it's your breathing. Can you hear yourself breathing? Okay, now with your eyes closed, let's stop paying attention to the sounds. Let's pay attention to touch. If you've got your legs, or rather your hands on your legs, feel the fabric beneath your fingertips. It may be your skirt, your dress, your trousers, your jeans. Without opening your eyes, see if you can remember what colour or what clothes you're wearing. Sometimes we pay so little attention, we have no idea what we're wearing. Can you remember what you're wearing? What does it feel like? Is that texture soft? Has it got bumps in it, lumps in it? Can you feel the weave in it? Is it silky or is it cotton? Is it denim? How does it feel? What's the temperature of that fabric? Is it cold? Is it cool? Is it warm? Is it hard to tell? Now rub your hands up and down your legs so you can really feel the texture of the fabric. Rub your hands up and down your thighs and feel what it's like. Is it soft? Can you feel wrinkles in the fabric? Crinkles in the fabric? Just take a moment to feel the texture. Okay, moving on to smell. Let's go on to smell now. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose and see if you can smell anything. This is by far, without doubt, the hardest for me. My wife has a very keen sense of smell. I struggle. Even now, I can't smell anything in here. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Maybe you can smell the cooking. Maybe you're just eating dinner, you can smell your dinner on your own breath. Smell is very powerful. Imagine for a moment smelling strawberries. What would that remind you of? Or smelling pineapple. Something sweet, something delicious, something you might like. Does it take you back to childhood? Does it take you back to a specific day, a specific memory? Baking, there's another good one. When somebody's baking, that can take you back to your childhood. Or maybe you worked in a bakery and you hate that smell. Lots of different things. They all mean different things to each of us. Coffee, that's a good one for me. I love the smell of coffee. That makes me think, morning. Ready to start the day. I love a coffee in the morning. What a smell do you really enjoy? What's a smell you love? Is it an aftershave or a perfume? Is it flowers, a particular flower perhaps? Do you like to smell? And where does it take your attention? Because that's what tonight is all about, recognizing our attention. What we place our attention on is where our energy goes. And so by placing your attention on positive outcomes, by placing your attention on what you want rather than what you don't want, by placing your attention on an exciting, compelling future rather than focusing on a bad, I'm going to use the word failure, failing past, a past full of failures. In my world, failure is feedback. So failure isn't a bad thing, but for many people, I'd say the vast majority of people, failure is pain. Failure is something seen as a bad thing, but it's a learning curve. It's an opportunity to learn, to bounce back, to come back stronger, to improve something. And this is your attention. And then finally, let's use our sight. I'll bring the music back gently. Keeping your eyes closed, use your imagination to think about the room you're in. What can you see? With your eyes closed, what can you see in the room you're in? If there's a window, what colour is the window frame? Is it double glazing? Is it white? Is it brown? Is it wood and it's been painted? What's the configuration of the window? Can you imagine it with your eyes closed? Don't look, don't cheat. What's the configuration of the window? Is it one giant pane? Is it two panes? Is it one large pane and one small pane? Is it a variety of panes? And you can open 1, 2, 3 of those windows. If you're in the bedroom, what colour or what pattern is the duvet or duvet cover or blankets, whatever you may have on your bed? If you're in your lounge or your office, what's the seat look like that you're sitting in? Pay attention for a moment. Try to remember. Okay, now I'm going to ask you to open your eyes. Just focus on something that maybe is directly ahead of you. It could be the wall. It might be wallpapered. Maybe there's a painting there. Perhaps it's the window. Just look directly at the image in front of you and pay attention to it. The shapes, is it square, is it round, is it curved, is it beveled? And what colours is it? What shades are those colours? Don't just say it's a red if it's really a maroon or a dark red or a deep red or a blood red or rose red or scarlet red. Just pay attention, deep attention, exquisite attention to the colours that you can see. Again, this is something you could do in your office. This is something you could do in a meeting. People don't have to know. You can just start to pay attention to them. I would suggest you don't want to pick the person in front of you and notice the colour of their eyes because they're going to think you're staring at them. But you might want to look at something that's not quite so obvious, or even down in front of you, or something in the middle of the desk or the table if it's a big staff meeting. Maybe the speaker in the middle, so you can do a Zoom call or a Teams call or something of that nature. And so you can pay attention out to the shape of the speaker, the little dots perhaps on the grill of the speaker. It doesn't have to be obvious. Just take the moment to collect your thoughts and calm your mind. And bear in mind that what we're talking about tonight, now we're focused on attention, but this is about your mind. My mind matters. This is without doubt one of, if not the most important asset that you already own. You've got to go out and buy this. You've got it. And you may be underutilizing it. You've got the opportunity to embrace this, learn more about it, and really allow your mind to empower you. It's a great asset to have on your side. And a bad mind can work against you. Please bear that in mind. Okay, let's move into our third exercise now. Again, we do breath work, mindfulness. Now we're going to meditation. If that's a word that makes you think, oh, I know what we're going to do here, calm down, clear your mind, come at this with a fresh perspective, and just see the journey I take you on, see if you enjoy it. This is a great opportunity to really calm the mind down. There's a very good chance that during this presentation, during this meditation, your mind will wander. If it does, realize that and bring it back as soon as you can. From my experience, a guided meditation can help keep you on track a lot longer. Because if you're trying to do it on your own, thoughts come, thoughts go, your mind wanders very easily. So just listen to my words and try to stay with me. I'll give you the opportunity to enjoy a deep meditation. Okay, here we go. Sit comfortably in your chair. Eyes closed, hands on the top of your legs, feet on the floor. Get comfortable. If you do need to have a quick stretch, do it now before we get going. This is going to be our deepest dive this evening. Okay, nice deep breath in through the nose. Hold on to it for a moment and out through the mouth. Now, just in front of your eyes, about 4, 5, 6 inches away, I want you to imagine a small ball. Think of it as being a miniature sunshine, a miniature sun, spinning around in orbit. But it's only 4, 5, 6 inches in front of you, anywhere from the size of a ping pong ball to a tennis ball. And as it gently rotates, spinning around very calmly, not at high speed, you can feel the heat. You can feel the fingers of the flames of that beautiful sunshine reaching out and touching the skin on your eyelids. Now imagine little pools of warm light building up on your eyelids. Getting deeper and deeper and deeper. Oh boy, does that feel good. In fact, allow that heat, allow that light to go beyond the eyelids and now envelop your eyes. So if you've been on a computer all day long, this must feel really, really good. Now take that light that's been going around the eyes, the pools sitting above the eyelids. Take that light now up to the bridge of the nose. Continuing up above the nose now onto the forehead. And now allow the light to go to the left and the right of the forehead. In fact, if you feel like doing this, you don't have to. If you feel like giving yourself a massage on the forehead, do that right now. I recommend you put your thumbs on your temples and use the 4 fingers just to massage your way gently. Now take that light up onto the top of your head, onto the scalp. Oh, that feels good. Feel your fingers now on the top of your head. You can do that literally if you want. Imagine you're in a hair salon and the hairdresser's asked if you want to wash your hair, and they'll say, well, while I'm here, let's give you a little scalp massage. Ooh, if you've never had one, they feel good. Enjoy every second of that. Allow any pressure, any tension, any anxiety you've got to be released. That's really what coming back down to earth is all about. Getting back in touch with our inner being, our deeper self. It's about resting, relaxing, and feeling good. It's a sense of connection to our inner self. Taking that light now up onto the very top of the head, coming down the back of the head, and the back of the neck. And just hold it for a moment at the back of the neck. Now, don't do this, but imagine someone stood behind you and they're massaging the back of your neck. And again, this is the place we often hold tension. Release it. Allow it to come out. And take that energy, that beautiful warm golden or white light onto the shoulders, the left and the right shoulders. Let's go to the right shoulder and let's take that energy now down over the right shoulder, over the top part of the arm, biceps and the triceps. Now imagine the light spinning around your arm. At the same time, it goes inside the skin and it massages the skin. It massages the muscles. It's restful, it's relaxing, it feels good. Oh boy, is that good. Take it down the right arm only at this point, right arm only, into the right elbow. If you've got aches and pains in the elbow, imagine them being released now. Down through the forearm, right forearm only. Coming down the forearm towards the wrist. And see in your mind's eye, keep your eyes closed, see the light spinning around your wrist. restful, relaxing. And now from the wrist into the hand, bring it into the palm of the hand. And now imagine that light coming out through the thumb, forefinger, middle finger, wedding finger, and then the little pinky. 5 beams of light coming out through that right hand. Let's do the same on the left-hand side, coming down that left shoulder now. Over the biceps and the triceps. Massaging the muscles. Into the elbow. Oh, that feels good. Releasing any aches or pains from that elbow into the forearm. From the forearm into the wrist. See the light whizzing around your wrist. Your wrist even. And from the wrist into the palm of the hand, and imagine with your mind's eye, see and feel the light coming out through the thumb, and then each of your 4 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 beams of light now coming out through your left hand. It feels good. Both arms are lit up, both hands full of energy. Now let's take that energy down over the torso. So bring it around to the front, onto our chest area, and bring it down over the chest. As it comes down over the chest, imagine it easing the rib cage. Imagine the light now penetrating through the skin, beyond the bones, and just massaging gently, loving, healing the heart, the lungs. As it makes its way down there, imagine it embracing and loving the kidneys, the livers, the diaphragm, into the belly, down to the hips. Now feel that energy, see that energy in your mind's eye, spinning around your waist, around your hip area, round and round it goes. Calming, relaxing. This is all about bringing your attention to whatever I'm talking to. Now take your energy to the back of your neck, top of the spine, back of the neck. You see how you can focus your attention when you're guided. You need to learn to do this on your own. Now take that energy down through the spine, vertebra by vertebra, one by one, like climbing down a ladder. As you make your way down the spine, imagine each of those little cushions between the spinal bones. Allow those to rehydrate. Allow those to fill up with liquid. Stretch if you need to. You can feel your spine being re-energized, recuperating, regenerating. You might have aches and pains in there. Just ease them out if you can. Making your way down that spine, lowering yourself vertebra by vertebra. Woo! That's feeling good. I'm zoning out here. I am zoning out here. That's how good this feels. About halfway. Keep going vertebra by vertebra, like somebody climbing down a ladder. And as it gets deeper and deeper, closer to the end of your spine, just feel your back really relaxing. Feel this sense of relaxation, the sensation of calmness. Feel the love passing through your body. Coming down towards the bottom of the spine now, into the tail of the spine, to the very end of the spine. Now redirect that light, that energy to the hips, and see it spinning around the hips. Round and round it goes, whizzing around, high speed. Feels good. Now bringing that energy down from the hips. Bring it into the buttocks, left and the right buttocks. Let's go to the right buttock first. Bring that energy now through the right leg. Over the top muscles, the bottom muscles, moving down towards the knee. If you've got aches and pains in the knee, and many people do, just imagine how the aches and pains being removed. Imagine releasing them. That feels good. It feels amazing. Taking that energy now from the knee down through the leg, the calves, the shins, taking it down towards the ankle, into the ankle. Spinning around the ankle, coming into the foot, the ball of the foot, the arch of the foot, coming through the pad of the foot at the front, and then finally out through each of the 5 toes in the right foot only, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, 5 beams of light coming out through that right leg. Let's go to the left buttock and draw that energy down. Left buttock, over the top and bottom muscles of that upper part of the leg, coming in to the knee. Now from the knee, releasing any negative energy, any aches or pains that you might have. See them in your mind's eye, dissipating into the ether. Coming down through the lower part of the leg now, over the shins, the calves, down into the ankle, spinning around the ankle, releasing any negative energy, any aches, any pains, any damage you might have had from running or cycling or trampolining, whatever you may do, golf, tennis. Just allow the pain to come out. Bring that energy now to the ball of the foot, arch of the foot, flat of the foot, and finally out through the big toe, and then the second, third, fourth, and fifth toes. Just for a moment, luxuriate. Just imagine being in a spa, in a sauna, in a hot tub of this beautiful, warm, hot light, making you feel really relaxed and energized. It feels good. You feel rested. You feel at peace. You feel energized. Allow your mind just to focus on the music for a moment. That feels so good. Now keeping that energy where it is, keep the energy running throughout your body, but bring your attention to your mind's eye. Bring your attention just above the bridge of the nose, right in the middle of the forehead. Bring your attention there. Your third eye, as it's often called. Now, whilst it's there, I want you to imagine for a moment taking your energy, the energy that's surrounding your body, filling your body, healing, relaxing, resting your body. Take that energy and fill up the room that you're in. Whether it's a bedroom or a lounge or an office, the conservatory, wherever you may be. Maybe you're sat in a car, not driving, hopefully. You're sat down to one side and resting. Let that energy fill the space you're in. And imagine that white light, that golden light, you decide which color it is, that beautiful positive energy, imagine it filling the room that you're in. And coming back to you feeling even better. Reflecting back, reflecting, refracting, bouncing off the walls and coming back to you, making you feel amazing. Now take the energy around your entire home. It might be a flat, it might be a house. Take the energy around and envelop the entire home. Think about the people that might be in that home with you. Is it mum, dad, brothers, sisters, kids? Who's in the house? Send them love. Put your attention on them for a moment. If there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, one by one, put your attention on them and send them love. Now take that energy beyond your house to your neighborhood. Just imagine in your mind's eye the road, the houses, your neighborhood. That might be the street you live on, the crescent you live on, the cul-de-sac you're in, the block of flats that you're in, whatever it may be. Just think of your neighborhood. Sending positive, loving energy out to that entire area. Think for a moment about all the things you do love about where you are. Focus on the good. If you can hear yourself saying negative things, but nothing good around here, then pay attention to that, because this is giving you an indication of the way you think. You want to think positive. Find what you love about your neighborhood. Now take your energy beyond that. Take your energy to your entire town or village or city. Spreading your energy out, sending it out. You've got unlimited energy here. You don't have to be afraid of using it all up. You cannot use it all up. You have unlimited energy. Push it out. That golden white light now enveloping your neighborhood, beyond that to your village, town, or city. What do you love about where you live? What are the good things? What are the upsides? Are there parks? Is it green? Is it a nice area? Are there good people around? Is it good shopping? Is it easy to get to town? Find the goodness about where you live. Okay, now take your energy and envelop your entire country. I'm here in the UK, so I'm going out to England, and then beyond that, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland. Take your energy and embrace your entire country. What do you love about where you live? What's great about your country? I am confident you can find bad, but our focus, our attention is on the good. Think of all the good. Think of all the good. Think of all the good. Now push your energy beyond your country and go to your continent. If you're in the UK, let's take it all the way across Europe, France, Holland, Spain, Italy, Greece, Croatia. Well, the list goes on and on and on and on. Almost 30 countries that we can embrace. Up into Scandinavia. Of course, our friends in Ukraine. And now take your energy beyond your continent and push it around the entire planet. Almost like you've got energetic arms that go around the entire planet. Embrace the planet, love the planet. Put your arms around it and hug it. What do you love about planet Earth? What are your favorite things to do here? Do you travel enough? Do you travel frequently? Do you rarely travel? Do you wish you could see more? Have you been to Africa? Have you been to South America? Have you been across Europe? Have you seen enough of the country you live in? I know many people live here in England, not been to Scotland, not been to Wales, not been to Ireland, not even been to the Lake District or the Peak District. Not been down to the beautiful beaches in the southwest. There's lots to see here in the UK. I'm sure wherever you are, there's lots to see in your own country. Explore. Life is magical. Put your attention on the magic. Okay, I'm going to get you to bring all your energy back now. So release the planet. Bring your energy back now to your continents. Drawing it back now to your country. Drawing your energy back now to your state, and then your city or town or village. Bring it back to your neighborhood, and then bringing it back to your home, and bring your energy back to the room that you're in. And bring your energy back now just to you. Sit there and luxuriate, enjoy for a moment the fact that you've just used your imagination to do a global tour, to imagine what it's like to be bigger than the planet and actually hug it. This is the power of imagination. This is the power of attention. And we need to put our attention on the things we want, not the things we don't want. And this is a skill. This does take practice. Okay, let's take a nice deep breath in as we come to the end of our meditation. Nice deep breath in through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on to it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let it out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now as you sit there at home, wherever you may be, just take a moment whilst you've got your eyes closed to put a nice smile on your face. Just put a smile on your face and know that right here, right now, everything is okay. When you close your eyes and calm down, everything is okay. I know there might be a lot going on. I know you may be worried about the bills. I know you might be worried about work. I know you could be worried about relationships or friends or the kids. There's so much to worry about. But put your attention on all the things that you do want. Put your attention on all the positive things in the world. There's a lot going on out there. So again, I want you to remember that attention plays a crucial role in our daily lives, in our well-being. It helps us to selectively focus our awareness on specific stimuli. That can be negative, it can be positive. It's our perception that makes it so. So with one more big smile, I can't see you, I can't hear you, so smile away. How good does that feel? Pay attention to a moment, just to the way you feel. Do you feel good? Do you feel rested? Do you feel relaxed? Do you feel sleepy? There's no right or wrong. Just pay attention to how you feel. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. As we bring this to an end, I want to say a big thank you for your company tonight. I always appreciate people being here on a Monday evening at 7 o'clock. It is a weekly workshop. And again, the reason for it being a workshop is that you can experience the breath work, the mindfulness, and the meditation. Now, that's not what I do in the outside world. I talk about success, fulfillment, and mindset. And ultimately, these are the skills of the mind that give you the ability to have far more success. There's a very good chance, if you want it, if you want more success in your life, and most people do, and that's your choice. Maybe you want a bigger house, maybe you want a better car, maybe you just want a car that works, maybe you just want to spend more time with your kids, maybe you just want more money so you can do more of what you want. It doesn't matter. It's your version of success. Now, there are several ways that I can help. You could go to my website, engagewithsuccess.com, engagewithsuccess.com. If you click on the resources button, you'll see lots of resources for you. There's the pod, there's the broadcast, there's the podcast. There are all sorts of teachers listed there. There are other podcasts listed there. There are books listed there, good historical ones and modern ones as well. I try to be as useful as I can by giving you the opportunity to experience books that I think are brilliant. Of course, that's my perception. But I don't list the ones that I don't think are brilliant. I only list the ones that I think are worthwhile spending time on. In addition to that, if you know someone, a group perhaps, that would enjoy a 45-minute presentation about mindfulness, about their mind, about overcoming negative beliefs, about overcoming negative self-talk, then feel free to reach out to me. I do that free of charge. And the easiest way to get hold of me is email. That's info@engagewithsuccess.com. And of course, you can go to the YouTube channel and you can catch up on all of these podcasts that we've been doing. So again, thank you for your company. I do appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. See you next Monday.